Yes, and start. Sir, coming to technical education, I may point out there are many colleges without infrastructure. Several colleges have been running without any facilities. You have to do something so that these colleges acquire the necessary infrastructure. NPE also spoke about the capitation fees charged by these engineering and medical institutions in the interest of maintaining standards, etc. Commercialization of technical education should be curbed. The All India Council of Technical Education has been given this task, but today 8 engineering colleges in Bihar, 27 in Karnataka, 52 in Maharashtra, 22 in Tamil Nadu, and about 5 medical colleges in Karnataka are still collecting high capitation fees. You have promised to bring forward a central bill, but so far it has not been brought. More and more such colleges are proliferating every day. In Maharashtra, particularly, there is a mushroom growth of such technical institution. I would like to know whether it is advisable to allow such institutions to come up. The minister should ponder over this. So far, we are having only 5 IITs. They are maintaining good standards. I understand you are going to have the sixth. You have the sixth one in Assam. Its progress is very slow. When I went to Assam, the Assam Chief Minister said that only the site has been identified but no progress has been made. It should be given a fillip. In addition, I suggest one more IIT should be started in Hyderabad because it is a central place easily accessible to many people. The minister need not feel shy about it. It can be had even at Warangal or anywhere else. But we need one more IIT. Similarly, the number of Indian institutes of management is also very less. Such institutes are only 4 in number. If you cannot open an IIT, you open IIM in Hyderabad. That is my specific request to the Honorable Minister. You are financing a number of other organizations, the Indian Council of Social Sciences Research, the Indian Council of Philosophical Research, the Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Simla, the Indian Council of Historical Research. I know some of them are doing a good work, but I do not know if the money allotment is just sufficient for salaries and maintenance of the buildings. Therefore, a review of the allotment and a committee to review the functioning is needed. The minister knows that the Administrative Staff College in Hyderabad is a premier institution running on excellent lines, but you have given just rupees 2.5 lakhs as grant in this year's budget. I suggest such an organization must be encouraged. Similarly, for the scientist going abroad, you have provided only rupees 1.25 lakhs in the budget. It is a very small amount. This should be increased. The education ministry should lay more stress on the extracurricular activities of the students. Study tours, excursions, the NCC and the NSS should be given encouragement. The earn as you learn has also to be encouraged. It has not picked up in our country, but we should give more encouragement to this scheme because in a poor country like ours, there are many students from the middle class families. If you can introduce a scheme like Earn as you learn, at least in some centers on an experimental basis, the would that would be helpful. Regarding the role of the student unions, also you must review because in certain universities like Delhi University and some other universities, elections to these unions are comparable to the general elections, and most of the time of the students is being lost in the direct elections. In earlier days, the student unions were formed by indirect elections. The class leaders used to be elected, and those leaders used to elect the executive of the union. Whether we should go back to that system should be examined because of the role of the students' union. I do not want abolishing of the unions as a whole, but a different method for elections to these unions must be examined. Then I strongly oppose any move for an all India service in education. If you have got any thought like that, we will firmly oppose it, and all the non Congress states are opposed to any new all India service, particularly in education, because teachers going from one place to another would not help. It will not help at all. Regarding adult education, also the literacy rate in 1951 was 16% and it has just come to 36% in 1981 after 30 years. Just you have 20% increase. There are still 425 million illiterates in this country, and if you take the 15-35 years age group, they are now to 210 million. It is a very explosive situation. You must do something to remove adult illiteracy. Voluntary organizations should be encouraged to take up this task over.